Hello everyone.
Welcome to the Spirit Lounge podcast with me, David.
And me, Glenda.
And we are psychic mediums from both sides of the pond.
I'm in Australia.
And I'm in the UK.
And we're joining forces to discuss and talk about the world of psychics, mediumship, and all things spiritual. We might even throw some random life topics in there too.
So come with us now on our podcast journey. Let's see what's happening in the Spirit Lounge for today's episode. Hello again, people from myself and Glenda. Good morning, everybody, or good evening if you are in another part of the world. Welcome to the Spirit Lounge Live. So it's our second one that we've done. So do say hello if you are watching. And if it looks like I'm looking all over the place, it's I'm trying to keep an eye on all the comments as well. Because unfortunately, when you're live streaming through YouTube, through Zoom, you can't see the comments all in one place. So that's what I'm doing if I'm doing all this. How are you, Glenda?
Good. How are you, David? How was the holiday? I missed you.
It was very nice. It was very much needed. A nice relaxed holiday, not doing much. And we said before we came on, I felt like I was there for a long time because we made the most of the days. We didn't wake up at 11, 12 o'clock. We woke up 8, half 8, got up, had breakfast, went to the pool, basically, which is where I stayed most of the days. Or a walk down the beach or something like that to catch the sunshine and things like that. So yeah, no, it was very nice. How has your nearly 2 weeks been since I last saw you?
David, it's been flat out. I haven't stopped. I'm working like 5 days a week. I don't like working 5 days a week. I'm like, honestly, it's like it's back to back. It's been really busy, and I'm like, I'm tired, and I've still got Thursday and Friday to go for work. But it's like healings, readings. Look, I'm not complaining. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm in my domain, it's just everything. It's beautiful to have the people come and book and come along and have healings. It's just it's been good. I'm just like speechless how great it's been. So
Well,
I'm tired.
It keeps you out of trouble, don't it?
It does.
Oh, we've got some comments. So I'm gonna have a look.
Oh, there's Janae.
Yeah.
My girlfriend. We were out on Saturday night, hitting the town, dancing, doing the boogie.
Oh,
bit hungover.
Still. Good morning, Patrick. Hello to you, my friend, and trainer Anne's on as well. So good morning to you.
Oh,
Anne.
Mrs. T.
Mrs.
Hello,
T. Annie T. Yes. Welcome.
On.
That's it.
All the way from Ireland. Yeah.
Absolutely. So people. So as usual, like we did last time, if you have any burning questions, then do ask. Do utilize Glenda and I whilst we're here, while we're live and in the flesh. So yeah, any spiritual questions that you have, or any comments you have, things like that, keep them nice. We shall answer them for you from our perspective. So I know we've got more people coming on there as well. So we've got Emma Shea. Hello, Emma. So Emma runs or helps to run the Slough Spiritualist Church, which I serve at on a regular basis. And actually, we've got an event coming up on the 19th of December that Emma from Slough Spiritualist Church has organised a special evening of mediumship just before Christmas, a medley of mediums. So it's me, Nigel and Kevin, who I've worked with before. And Nigel's also at Slough as well, at the Burnham Village Hall, people. So if you want tickets, do contact Emma. Hopefully it would be a really good night. 3 of us on stage before Christmas, a nice little show. So yeah, if you're in the area, people like listening back to this or watching this live now, contact Emma at Slough to get your tickets. Pre-booking is essential. So there you go. My first little plug of the morning.
Yeah. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think it'd just be a nice Christmas event. I think just get
Is
people
it
in the
far
mood.
from you?
No, not really.
Is that
No,
far from you?
No, Slough's only 45 minutes from me, pretty much
Oh,
on a good
nice.
day. So it's not too bad.
And do
Who
you get much
else?
of
Go on.
a gathering there? Do you get
At
much, many
Slough, you
people come
tend to
along?
that's Slough Church. You tend to get a good crowd in there. The one that we're doing is at a village hall, so it's not actually at the church; it's at a village hall. So you get more seats, more bums on seats, hopefully. But no, it'll be a good night. Looking forward to it. All right, we've got some more people coming on, so let's say hello. Who have we got? Who have we got?
Yeah.
Lorraine Clark. Hello, Lorraine. And Lorraine runs the Science of the Afterlife spiritualist group on Facebook. Michelle Boyce. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Eva from
It's my
Sweden.
girlfriend.
Eva. Hello,
Hello.
Eva. If anyone else is watching, don't be shy. Do say hello. We don't bite. Not on a Tuesday. What day is it? Not Tuesday. It's Wednesday. I've lost the plot. I lost all sense of day since I come back from holiday. Still trying to get into the flow of it. But it's Wednesday, isn't it? Happy Wednesday. Right, what am I seeing here? Okay, so Anne's going to start us off, Glenda. Oh, hang on, Rosita as well. Hello, Rosita.
Oh, that's one of my
Um,
clients.
one of
Hello,
your
Rosie.
clients.
Hi, Michelle. Oh, I love that everyone's jumping on.
Yeah, jump on,
Thanks
people.
for
The
the
more, the merrier, isn't
support.
it?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
So
fantastic.
Anne is saying, yes, I'm looking for any advice you might have regarding a closed circle. Oh, so this is more in my bag, I think, because I've been in a closed circle when I was training at the church. Um, what you need to make sure with a closed circle, Anne, is if I'm interpreting this correctly. So a closed circle, or understand the question correctly, I should say. With a closed circle, you need to set boundaries and set expectations, because with a closed circle, you're in a close circle for a reason, right? Because you're at a certain level or a certain point in your development where you are stepping up, if you want to call it that. And the close circle is that space where those regular people are there to support each other, sitting in that same energy with the same people to help elevate and to develop that mediumship or healing, whatever kind of circle it is that you're doing. Whereas with an open circle, people are free to come in and to come and go. Some weeks you have 10 people, other weeks you've had 2 people, right? And that's been my personal experience as well. And I was also in open circle. And so there's no consistency with that. So with a closed circle, you need to make sure that you set those expectations that every week basically you need to be here because those people are adding to the energy in that space to keep it consistent rather than people chop in chop out, and so you're working with the same energy each week. So I think it's just about setting boundaries. It's about so create terms and agreements form, absolutely. And it's not to sound harsh, is it? But it's just in a close circle, that's what you're there to do. And that's what I had to do. Had to agree that unless my arm was falling off, or my head, or both legs, or
Yeah.
whatever, I need to be there every week in, week out, for the reasons I've just said. So that's what I would say, really, is just putting those not restrictions, but more expectations on it, so people know what's expected from them and and what you expect as well. So so on an open circle, which is more psychic, stepping up towards mediumship, fabulous. So yeah, that's just my little bit of advice there for you.
Mm.
And we've got a few more people coming on as well, which is fabulous. Thanks, guys. So we've got Sarah Styles Power. Hello, Sarah. And Linda Wilson is here as well. So we've got a nice group. So keep the questions coming,
Love it.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's why we're here, this live spirit lounge, and you'll hear yourself back. I will say that what happens after this is I will edit this into an actual episode, which I've lost.
Put your teeth
Oh,
back
I've left
in.
my teeth back in. You will hear this back on the podcast. So when you go to the podcast, as you usually do, whether it be through Spotify, Amazon, this event here today will be a new episode. We're just doing it live, basically. And once it's uploaded and put out live to the public, this version here through Facebook will be deleted, just so people are directed to Spotify and Amazon and all those kind of places that you can listen back to Spotify's on. So this will be deleted afterwards, once the episode's gone out properly, once I've edited it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a process, really. So
Yeah,
people,
we've been getting a
questions?
few downloads on Spotify. It's been fantastic. Like we've got
Yeah,
it's now actually like 50-50 Aussies to UK in the downloads. It's
that's
great.
right.
It's
Yeah, because
so
when it first
good.
started, it was the majority of listeners were in Australia, and yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It's evened out, and even the states are now. They were there at the beginning, but the more percentage of the states are listening to the podcast as well, and other areas of the world. So yeah, thank you all for listening and supporting the podcast. We do get a lot of positive feedback and really lovely feedback about it and what you're hearing. So we appreciate that. Otherwise, there'd be no point in doing it,
Yeah.
really, would there? Because it's, as we all say, it's not about us necessarily. It's about you guys and answering your questions and addressing topics and things that you have thought about, or answering questions which you've had in your mind for a long time. So, and as we always say,
Yeah.
we don't have all the answers. We don't know everything, and we're very conscious that we always say that what we talk about is just our opinion. Because, and I think it's important to say that 'cause you see a lot of these, and I come across them all the time, spiritual people on TikTok and all these other platforms who talk about a subject, giving their opinion as if it's a fact. I'm like, no, it's not a fact. It's just your opinion, basically. And I think that can sometimes be dangerous when the facts they're given are utter nonsense or could be detrimental to someone's mental health. And so that's why we don't necessarily say what we say is a fact. It's just from what our opinion from our life experience and what we've learned along the way as well. So it's giving you guys something else to think about and to keep in mind. It's never saying you must believe us, you must believe this. It's not that at all. It's you've got to make your own mind up and come to your own conclusions with a
Yeah.
lot of the topics that we
That's
talk
right.
about, which is fine, right? Who else
Yeah,
have
and
we
we're not
got?
always going to agree with each other. People, everyone's
No,
got a different belief, a different point of view, a different opinion, and that's okay. As long as we respect each other with that, you know what I mean? Like you just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I just say it's just no, we're never all going to be 100%. Otherwise, we wouldn't be, unique. We wouldn't be different.
yeah,
So, but
absolutely.
again, the way that we come across, we also respect other people's views and opinions. We have different mediums on that, that share different beliefs, and that's okay. Um, there's no need to be nasty. I notice there's a lot of commenting going on social media and put downs and all that sort of stuff. And I just think it's not. There's no need to be like that.
Yeah,
Where's all the kindness in the world? You know what I mean? We just got to be more about spreading that love as Michelle's written here, got to share the love. We do.
absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
We're all going through
Kaza is
stuff.
on.
We're all feeling it all. Yeah, Kaz is in the house. Hello,
Hello,
Kazza. Happy
Kaza. Hello.
birthday, Kazza.
We've got
Kirsty is
Kirsty
here and
as well.
Nolene. Ah, welcome.
Yeah, thank you
How
for coming,
amazing.
everybody. Yeah, absolutely. So get your questions in. Get your questions in. Oh, got itchy nose. What does that mean?
Right.
Hope it's not growing anymore.
No, you're going to be pissed off with something.
Or someone.
Or someone. What do we got? And Glenda, can you talk to us about past life regression? What's involved and why would someone step forward for it? Oh, something that I do. Okay, so I do a bit of regression work. And I do regression in this lifetime and I do regression in past lifetimes. I do this in my healings because it helps us understand.
Glenda, we can't hear you. I can't. Can anyone else hear? Oh, oh, she's left the room. I'm here by myself. Right. Hello, Ben. I'll say hello to you whilst you've just popped in while Glenda sorts herself out.
Oh, well,
Oh, there you
I
go. I can hear you
just
now.
have fell off.
We'll fall back in
Talking
again. Thank
about
you.
past lives, I got booted.
Right, start
So
again.
I'll start again. Start again. So I do past life healings. I do it in my work with my healings, and I incorporate that because I find that with certain healings, there's we can only go so far with the healing, and we don't get to the root of the problem, and we don't get to the root of the cause. And a lot of us want to understand the root of an issue that we're having, whether that is patterning, whether that is behavioral, whether that is family dynamics. And with the regressions, I do this lifetime regression because I feel that that is so important to understand this lifetime because we're here having this experience. So a lot of things can go into this lifetime, but I also do past lives where we need to understand dynamics in the past life, whether that is with families, whether that is relationships, whether that is um, certain elements that we have on the body, like certain problems with the body. Did we carry some things over? So I find that it's so important to understand that and break some of those patterns, but also be able to do the healing around it, whether that is grief also that you carry. To do the healing around it, you need to understand it and you need to bring it up. So you can't heal the past and you can't heal to move forward unless you understand all of that. And I think that is very important. So I find that the regression work is helping so many people that are coming to me understand where the actual root of their problems or root of the causes or it all started from. And I seem to have this connection with spirit that they've gone into the past life or this lifetime, and they are guiding me exactly to where the problem started. So someone's coming to me asking me, why am I doing this? Why am I having these issues now? I feel like I'm stuck. I feel all this, or I'm having this. It seems when I go into the work and I channel spirit and we connect in, the three of us, spirit shows me exactly where the problem started. So it might be the age of 7 or the age of 15, or it might be the age of 10 or all that sort of thing. Spirit is actually directing me to where the problem is. So bringing that up, talking about that and putting the healing around that is helping people move forward. And then with the regression in the past lives, that's where I'm able to let you find your space, find your place with spirit taking you to where you need to go. The last couple of days have been full on where people have gone and received healing and actually been so disconnected with themselves, but spirit have taken them on the journey in a past life where they've just needed to feel that healing and that connection and connect with their loved ones as well. Sometimes it's just not about mediumship. I can tell you your parents they're saying to forgive yourself and to love yourself and it's okay and that sort of thing. But when you experience this in a regression directly from having your parents in front of you, it's so empowering. It's just amazing. It's so healing to feel your parents tell you to forgive yourself and to love yourself and have that experience. It's just, it blows my mind. So I hope that kind of answers why I do a lot of the regression work, and I find it so important. I just feel I need to go deeper. Certain energy healings do the surface stuff, but I'm finding spirit wants me to go deeper. So
And
does
we
that
do it
make
online,
sense to you,
Glenda.
David?
Yeah, and Anne says
Yeah,
Anne says call as well. So Anne has obviously
cool.
appreciated your answer. But would you do it online, or is that something to
Yeah,
come?
I've done. Yeah, I've
Oh,
done online. I've done online. And. of course, it's amazing to come and do the experience. And it's like I do a 3 hour session, which people are coming to me and we're sitting down and I'm going through what they want to work through, what they need to understand. And then we go in and I do a sound healing, which is amazing. Like the sounds actually do so much healing on the body, you don't even realize how much healing is happening. Some people are saying, oh my God, I got this pain and it felt like it was getting pulled by the sound, certain instruments, whether it is the shamanic drum or whether that is the Tibetan bowls or the crystal bowls. It feels to some people like the sounds are pulling some of that pain out of them, and they're experiencing these amazing shifts that are happening. But with the sound, some people through hypnosis aren't able to drop in, or they just struggle because they go up in their head and then they're going, oh, I'm imagining things, I'm in my head, or is this really happening? But I find going in through the sound healing, it relaxes you to that beta state so you're able to drop in. So then when I guide you through going to a regression, it just is so much easier. It's not as tense and it's not too much pressure. And I just find people just slip in easier. So then I do the healing as well. Like I do an energy healing also, but doing the regression, bringing up all what needs to be brought up or whatever you need to heal from. And it can be very emotional. Absolutely. Like there's tears and there's love, and it's beautiful to witness. I am seeing them while you're in it. So I'm actually doing even light language and channeling stuff, and I'm saying it in a different language that I can understand, but then the person in front of me is saying it as well after I've said it in a different language, if you can understand this. So it's like, oh my goodness, I'm seeing this and I'm seeing that. So it's a massive connection. Then after that, we come out, have a lovely tea together, come back to earth, have something small to eat, and then I give them a reading. So it's beautiful. I just think it's absolutely amazing. I want to have it done.
And it sounds a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot going on, yeah. Can I just check with people? I know Rosita said it keeps stopping, but I'm going to just check with people watching that you are hearing and seeing correctly as well. If it's just you that is stopping for, maybe come out of the live and come back into it again, because sometimes it sounds a bit basic, but that's sometimes the fix for it. So yeah, if it keeps stopping, maybe come out and come back in again. But we'll
just wondering if I should I come out and reshare it?
Maybe you can give it a go.
Okay.
Give it a go.
I'm going to go back out and then go back in and share it.
Who else have we got? We've got Michaela. Yes, long time no here, long time no see. Hope you're doing well, my love. Let's see who we've got. Oh, we've got Kaza, who had a comment there. So Kaza, when the medium says I feel drawn to, but the grabber still says, but I can still take all this, they never let go of a message is for you, winds me up to the extent of giving up everything. So disheartening. You in this work you do get the grabbers, Kaza, and in fact I had one. I've not had one. I've had many, but I was doing a dem at a church maybe a couple months ago for my holiday actually, and I was working with a lady, and the woman at the front who has seen me work before tried to take the message. So I told her there and then. I said, would you behave yourself? Don't nick someone else's message. So I was quite straightforward by saying that, because you do get, look, it can sometimes be that people really want to hear from their loved one. We know this, and doing this work, we know that. But there's also, if you're going to come and watch an event or watch a dem, you also need to have the respect that the medium should know, hopefully, what they're doing. And I knew that I was not with the woman who tried to grab the message. I was with the other lady. And yeah, unfortunately, she kept putting around saying, "No, you're with me," and I said to her, "No, I'm not with you. I'm with this lady here. Don't take her message." And actually, I got an apology from the church. They didn't need to, but the church actually messaged me after that event and said, "We want to send our apologies to you for the energy that was in that room, especially that grumpy woman at the beginning." So then don't need to worry about that because I sorted that one out straight away. But unfortunately, Kaz, it's just it's part of what we do, unfortunately, especially when you're doing stuff online, when you're doing Zooms and things like that, that you are going to get people who always try and grab the message. But as a medium, you've got to be. If I was the medium in that case, Kaza, I would be the medium that says, no, this is not for you. Because at the minute, I don't know if I'm just becoming a bit more confident with age or whatever it is, but I'm not afraid now to say, do you know what? It's not for you. Leave it alone. This is this person's reading. Leave it alone. And so as a medium, you are in control of that. I'm not a stand-up platform trying to be all pious and high and mighty and all holier than thou. No, if you are trying to take someone's message, I'm going to tell you to leave it alone. So, you know, that's just respect for the person who I'm giving the message to. So, unfortunately,
And as a
Kazza, yeah, you
medium
do get
working, yeah, and as a medium working, you know where the energy is being drawn.
absolutely, absolutely. That's why I always stick to where I'm going. Where if I'm with that person, I mean, if they were giving me no, 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 not sure, but the woman at the front could take yes to everything, then I can put my hands up and say, do you know what? I might be wrong here. Then my GPS might be off a little bit. So if I'm not with you, I apologize, and if I'm with you, I apologize, and I can't work with you now. So we can sometimes be wrong. There's too much of this. Oh, we're never wrong as mediums. No, we can be wrong because we are human. We've got a physical brain that can sometimes interfere with the connection. And so sometimes we can be wrong. And I think it's important if you do feel you are wrong, that it's okay to say, well, do you know what? Maybe I'm not there then. That's it. That's all you got to say and move to the right person. But yeah, and a lot of times, not a lot of times, but sometimes you do get those grabbers in the audience. You do.
That happens.
Fortunately, it happens. That's it. It's just part of it, I suppose. Okay, people. Some more questions. If you've got some more questions, or comments, or want us to talk about a particular topic, then put it in the comments section now. I'm keeping a good eye on the comments coming in. Are you still seeing them as well, Glenda? I'm assuming you've got them up in front of you. Yeah.
I can see them. Yeah.
Marvelous, marvelous. So, Pete, we've still got people watching. That's just good. So we'll stay here for a little while. So, yeah, people ask you questions. What do you want to know? If you've got a burning question,
I'd love to know who listened to the last couple of podcasts and found them as funny as I did.
Oh yes, the shit that psychics and mediums say. Yes, that
Oh, that was so funny.
We had so much to say. We had had to do 3 parts to it because it's just a lot.
We could have kept going. There was
probably could have kept. Yeah, we probably could have done. Well, maybe there'll be a part 4 at some point. I don't know, but you know, watch this space. Oh, Ben's asked a question. Hello, Ben. What do you wish people understood before coming to a reading? Wow. I could write you a list, Ben. There's a couple of things. Hello, Amanda. Oh, Anne loved them. Yes, did make me laugh. There's a few things, and hopefully, Glenda, you probably will agree. The first thing I think is that this is not a $800 ghost. Now, I know both Glenda and I are very conscious of wanting to connect the client with the person they want to hear from the most. But at the same time, we both want to honor each spirit person that wants to come forward, even if that client has come in not necessarily expecting that particular person. So that's the first thing I'll say is I wish people would understand that this isn't about just picking up a telephone and saying, oi, dad or mum or granddad, you better be there, come on in because this person wants to speak to you. Because that's not necessarily the reality of it. Although both Glenda and I have discussed before that sometimes, like I did yesterday, I brought 2 spirit people through and I said to her, I know these are not the people you want to hear from. Who is it you want to hear from then? And it worked through it that way. So that's one thing, that it's not, it's not just dial a ghost. The other thing I would say is what I wish people would understand is that actually we don't have the answers to everything, whether that be talking about a particular topic or whether it be that connection to spirit. And I think sometimes people come in wishing for a password that they set with their loved one, that if they're going to come back, they're going to give me this password and that will prove to me that spirit really exists. Or they want to come to reading because they want an answer to something, which tells them what to do, or we tell them, this is the decision that you need to make. Now, neither Glenda or I or any good medium out there or psychic will ever tell anyone what to do. We can give guidance that comes through from spirit, which will obviously give you, but we're not going to sit here and say, your mum says you must do this or you must do that, because spirit won't do that either, because you're living your life. They're not living your life for you. So you can't put the responsibility on spirit to make your decision for you. That's your decision. But I do think sometimes people come to demonstrations even wanting to hear what they need to do, but that's never going to come from my mouth. So I'm the wrong person to come to if you're looking for that.
And it puts a lot of pressure on us, but it also puts a lot of pressure on the spirit person as well. You know, I've had that many people come to me and like, well, can you ask them, when are they sending me that man? When are they sending me that guy that I'm waiting for? Well, you need to tell them that, you know, I don't know what to do with the house and I don't know what to do with this. They don't care anymore, you know, like that's up to you. They're not going to send you a man. They've lived their life. This is your life now. Like, of course, they're going to be around you and give you little nudges and that sort of thing. But this is your life to make your decisions. This is your path now. They've had theirs and they're not going to interfere with yours. So they're not going to step forward and tell you what to do. And neither is a good medium, because that's what free will is about. We all have free will.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's it.
As much as sometimes we all get in that place where we're just like, I just wish someone would tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be fantastic?
Yeah.
But it's up to us to figure it out. But yeah, Ben, some people come in expecting, right, if you don't tell me that I've got the green rock in my right pocket, that's not my dad. Well, sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes that's not important for the spirit world to come through and tell you. So, and the other thing is, I always say, think outside the box, because sometimes we're just given things and we don't want to make it fit, but we also aren't given what this has got to do with. Do you know what I mean? Like how many times we say, oh, I'm just being given a pineapple. Do you understand why I'm going to give you a pineapple? Do you know what I mean? It's not for me to understand. It's for you to understand. See, where you got to think outside the box. And I've had someone come on, yeah, I've just had pineapple. I've just ate pineapple before jumping on. You know what I mean? Well, such and such is just bringing this up now. Sometimes it's not so pinpointed. Sometimes we just need to kind of open our minds and understand that this isn't like another language that we're learning. We're learning this language of understanding how these emotions are set upon us, this connection from, mind to mind, that it might not be cut and dried sometimes.
Yeah, it's not always so clear.
We might get it wrong.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Because again, as I said before, no, we have a logical brain, and sometimes that brain can interfere with the message.
Yeah.
So, we can be wrong sometimes. But yeah, as you say, but that pineapple, we don't always get the context with everything either. It can simply just be something like that, which might seem a bit of a mundane or generic item, but it means something to that person. And therefore, we've just got to say it. So we can overinterpret that in so many different ways, but it's not for us to do that. It's just as you said, Glenn, just to say it. Say it as you see it.
Yeah. Yeah, pineapple on pizza, David.
I have none of that nasty business. Thank you very much, Glenda Marie.
Well, Kirsty wants to see you eat pineapple on pizza. She's told me before.
How does she? Not in this
She
lifetime.
loves it. Do you know Kirsty messages me every Wednesday morning? She's so excited. She waits till the 10 a.m. clicks over. She can stick her headphones in and she can listen to us babbling on while she's at work. And she messages me all the time. Oh my God, it's 10 a.m. I can't wait for the Spirit Lounge
Oh, I love
podcast to
that.
drop. She does.
Thank you, Kirsty. No, I love that. Love
Yeah.
that. I know it's like some people like Ollie Cox listens to us while he's doing the hoovering or
Yeah,
doing the housework.
yeah.
Love that as well.
I listen to us and have a giggle all the time. I'm always laughing at us. And then I just think, oh my God, how many times do I say because? And I know David loves that I say
Because I won't ever
because,
say because.
because.
Anna said, when I was younger, I wanted to know all about relationships, boyfriends, girlfriends. The older I get, my questions have shifted. My need towards
Yeah.
a medium would be reassurance everything will work out. It's funny how we all shift towards different needs and wants through the ages.
Mm.
No, it's true. I think, and I've noticed that in myself is that, as you get a bit older, and you learn more, you've got more experience. Other things become more important to you. You see the world a bit differently. I mean, at the stage I'm at now, people more things are irritating me than normal. And I don't want to turn into a miserable old bastard at this age, but sometimes I feel like, oh God, David, cheer up a little bit. But no, I just think, you do become a lot more wise to a lot more things, and things aren't you can't really pull the wool over the eyes, I think, as well.
Mm.
And when that happens, I think you tend to see a lot more, understand a lot more. So no, we do. We shift, and different things become important, and some things become
Oh,
far less important in the grand scheme of things, don't they?
yeah.
That's
And I
life,
mean,
isn't
how
it?
many times have, yeah, and I mean, how many times have you gone to have a reading and Um, some people, go to a psychic reading and they give a prediction, 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 prediction. But how much of that prediction actually comes true? Do you know
You
what I
know
mean?
what? I was thinking about this. I was going to do a video about this on my socials, but I thought I'll save it for now and talk about that.
Hmm.
So this could people in the comment section can think about this as well. But excuse me a minute. I just had to cough. Um, I've been thinking about predictions actually, and as you know, I don't tend to do predictions because I'm not Nostradamus, and so I don't tend to do a lot of that work. But I was having to think. I know it didn't hurt before people ask. I was having to think, and when it comes to predictions, what are your thoughts, Glenda? Is that the reason that we can predict certain things, which then come true, is because those things are already part of that person's future, or their energy is part of their contract, if you like. And the reason why certain predictions don't come true is because they're not meant, those things we've predicted, where they've come from, I don't know, but they haven't come true because they're not part of that person's journey. That person was never meant to have that thing that you've just predicted. That makes sense what I'm saying. So I know we've got free will, and free will, no, we can, it allows us to make certain decisions and choices. But I was just thinking that the reason why certain predictions come true and some don't is because a lot of them that do come true are meant for that person. It's part of their soul journey. It's part of their path, and therefore that's why we've been able
Yeah.
to see it and predict it. Does that make any
And I say
sense?
that's, yes. And I always say, even though we have free will, I do believe some things are set in stone. I do. I feel like we're supposed to have gone down that track. I believe that that was supposed to unfold. But also, when we read someone, we're reading their energy, we're reading their aura, we're reading everything, right? So if you're saying you're reading a person, you're kind of reading their mind. You're kind of reading their aspirations and their wants and their manifestations, and you're picking up on all that. How many times have you like, I know I do. Um, oh, I know that you are, you're wanting to buy this house and you're wanting blah blah blah, and I can say all this stuff, and they're just like, how did you know all this? And I can go into details with stuff because it feels like you're almost reading their dreams. So, or everything that they're inspiring to have. But I do believe that some people can predict. I can predict,
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. Some people don't want to predict. Some people don't want a part of that sort of prediction. But everyone loves a good prediction. Everyone does, and it's good to kind of go, oh my God, yeah, that came through. Or in years and years' time, oh my gosh, I went to a psychic years ago and they said that was going to happen. I think it's more sometimes about the timing because the spirit world don't have time. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Sometimes we are off with timing as well with predictions because things change and we're actually reading the here and the now too. And that can be sometimes misconstrued with timing of 2 or 3 years down the track. Some people are really good at specific timings.
Yeah.
And some people are good at just giving predictions, and then when they unfold, they unfold. But I do believe, like you said, some things I believe are contracted and they are supposed to go down that path. But
Yeah.
we can give a prediction, and I always say to people, I see this happening, I see it there, but you have a choice. This is where your free will comes in, and you can choose a different path to go by. You can
Yeah.
go down that path or that path. But I have also said, if this was meant for you, it will come back around and you
Mm.
will meet. It's like a job, people say, oh, do you think I'll get that job? Sometimes you can really see how clear that person's path is. Yes, they're going to get that job. But I've also said, do you know what? You're not going to get the job, but in a couple of months' time, you will get a phone call back and they will say, are you still interested in that job? Because that person didn't work out. It might just be the timing. And
Yeah.
you've had it with yourself as well. Do you know when you went for your job with the we won't say who was what that place that you worked for, I won't go into who they remember you were offered that. You missed out at the beginning, but then
Oh, yeah, yeah,
something never
yeah.
worked out and then it happened. Do you
I mean,
understand?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of like sometimes it's about timing. Same with relationships when people are saying, oh, do you think I'm gonna and am I gonna meet that man or I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that? Again, we can see sometimes and sometimes we don't see that. But how are you open to that? I'm not going to tell you, oh, yeah, you're going to go and meet a guy when you're sitting at home doing absolutely nothing, not making any effort, that, like not putting yourself out there, totally closed off for it. I'm not going to predict that you're going to go and do that if I don't see that. And if you're
Yeah.
not making an effort to do that, where's the free will of that unfolding as well? So
Yeah.
I don't know, predictions are a bit funny.
I hope it answers Anne's question because Anne was talking about, do you believe in fortune telling, seeing the future? So hopefully we've answered that question. I don't do too much of that work, but yeah, some people are really good psychics at predicting those kind of things.
Mm.
Tazza has asked, what do you feel is a minimum age for someone to be on a Facebook service? Or do you feel if they are on the service, then is a good younger generation is interested? Well, well, what do I say here? I've always been of the understanding. I mean, I don't read for anybody under the age of 18. That's
Me
personally
either.
my, and I do feel part of that is law though as well. If you're in a church, it might be a little bit different because I know sometimes children do come to church services, and they are usually well behaved. Um, generally. I don't necessarily agree with people bringing their babies in because they scream and cry throughout the service, and I've had that, and it's not conducive to what you're trying to do there. Um, yes, I think it's good that younger generation is interested, but I also think we need to be aware that they are still children and they still need to go and live a life. And if this is meant for them in the long term, then they can come back. They can come back to it. But there's nothing wrong with. But look, having said that, though, if you look at religion's no different. I mean, I was very, very young when I started going to Catholic school. and I had to go to church, and every single multiple times a week I went to a Catholic school, had to go to Sunday mass and all this business. So if I look at that and look at religion, I've then got to look at spirituality, and go, well, actually, if a child is forced to go to church, then what's the difference for a child going to a spiritualist church or a service? Do you know what I mean? So you've got to look at that. I know they're slightly different, not really slightly different, but you've got to look at that as well. You can't have one and not have the other. However, I think with mediumship, it's different because you are connecting to loved ones, bringing through evidence which might not be suitable for a child to hear. Where in church, they're not doing that, obviously. They just talk about the word of God and whatever else. But through mediumship, it can be very delicate, it can be very personal, and it can, evidence can come through which is not for a child's ears, really.
Set the grief back.
And yeah, and it's exactly, and it could be a very emotional thing. And the last thing you want to do is you don't distress an adult, let alone a child. So that's a difference there. So, as Lorraine said, I can't have a medium read for anyone under the age of 18. That's what I've said. I don't read for anyone under the age of 18. Because also as a child, you don't necessarily have that emotional intelligence or that level of compassion, I feel, as you do when you're an adult, to understand what's being said, what's coming through. So that you've got to look at that as well. But yeah, yeah, as much as I would like children just be more open to what we know, I don't necessarily know if it's suitable for a age of people, because I don't think it would work. Kaz has given an example there. The one I'm thinking of is having a 10-year-old read the healing prayer on a Facebook service. How did you feel with that, David? I'm asking you because it happened to my. I see what you mean. I was quite surprised at that myself. I got to say, I wasn't made aware of it beforehand. I mean, it's good that he's obviously been brought up in this spiritual environment, and I thought for myself, I would have rathered that than for myself personally. If I was that age, I would rather be spiritual than religious, and I think there are two different things there. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I can't sit here and say it bothered me because it didn't. But I'm not going to say it bothered me because it did not. I don't know. I was quite surprised by it, if I say that. I wasn't uncomfortable with it. I can't say I was uncomfortable. I wasn't, but I was a bit surprised that was the case.
But shouldn't we be evolving as well? I mean, if that child just read the healing prayer, should we be evolving and including children in this sort of thing? If we have so many children that are open to spirit, that are seeing spirit, maybe it's going to then let them know that they're normal, because a lot of us have been through it, and a lot of us couldn't have someone tell us that it was normal, or not to be scared. Maybe it would help the children understand spirit a bit more. Do you know what I mean? If we look at it on that point of view, where we're actually we're nurturing them in a way.
Yeah.
So we're not.
I think as long as it's done properly,
I mean?
yeah, I think as long as it's done properly and then nurtured properly, and the parents aren't pushing them into it, and let the child just find their own feet with it, then I think that can be a positive thing. I do say that, think about the situation on Monday. If it was an actual church, like a spiritualist church service, that would not have happened. And then because it's a spiritualist centre online who don't have a physical space to go, but the trouble is, I think from what I'm seeing and from what I've witnessed, a lot of these online platforms have become very lax and a bit too relaxed for my liking. And so I think there does need to be some more thought process behind it. Again, I think if it was an online church service and not just a
Mm,
group, that would not have happened. Because I also think that it's, for me, it's kind of an adult environment. It's like if I
yeah,
go to the gym, I don't want to be surrounded by children, which is why I left my previous gym, because there were 13 and 14-year-olds in there just running riot. They would come in
mm,
groups of people and take up one piece of equipment for half an hour. And I think to
yeah,
myself, well, actually, I've come to an adult space to do an
yeah,
adult thing. Not that children can't exercise, of course, that's not what I'm saying, but it's for me an adult environment. And so you have to then consider if then these other people are being let in, then you've got to think about, okay, then what do I now want to do with that? Do I want to move myself
yeah,
out of that space and into something else? So it's not trying to dismiss children because they exist, obviously, and it's good for them, as you say, to be educated in it and to some extent be involved in it. Because there's nothing worse than saying to a child, "You're making this up. You're being naughty," or all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. I don't think that's right either. But I just think there are certain environments which is not conducive to children being there. It's kind of how
yeah,
maybe I want to put it. I want to put it that way. But I
yeah.
think, a lot of these
And
online
if it's
platforms need to be, I don't want to say be uptight because that's not who I am anyway, but I just think the regulation um,
relation is the,
about
yeah,
it.
I
And
think
when you
that's
join, and when you
more,
join some of these online Zooms, before you even start, you got people just shouting over each other and they're smoking. And I'm like, do you know what? This is not the place to have some decorum, have some respect. I wouldn't dream
well,
of
yeah.
joining a Facebook Live set to eat my bloody dinner. Do you know what I mean? Or a
No,
Zoom service.
I've
It's
seen
too
people
relaxed.
dyeing
No,
their hair with a
no,
towel wrapped around them. I've seen some shocking things, and I
yeah,
just think, again, is this conducive for a child to be sitting at something like this? And I, look, if they're going through that, they're inquisitive and they're seeing spirit and that sort of thing, they need to learn and they need to be, nurtured in the right way. Again, maybe think about where you're putting them in these online platforms. Is it something that's going to be um, quite guided? Do you know what I mean? Because some of them are a bit lax, like you say.
yeah. No, they are. Eva said, my opinion is, as a sitter, you need to be careful who you choose for as a medium. If they are well educated or not, we need to be careful, but at the same time, let new mediums get their time to practice too. And Lorraine said, however, I do believe that a medium can be helpful for the youngsters who feel that they see or hear spirit and need help. Yeah, I mean I think we all agree with that. I just think it's certain
Yeah.
environments, whether it be services or whatever, which is not always the right place for children to not to be, but to be involved in the service. I think that's a little bit different, right? I mean, for example, I wouldn't want or expect a child to do an opening address or philosophy, right? I think that if we put that sounds really dramatic, but if we put that on it as well, I wouldn't expect that, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
Well, isn't that philosophy and that sort of thing about what goes on in life? What kind of advice someone's offering? What I've seen, I mean, I don't go on a lot of them, but it's like they talk about, something that's happened and how they found something positive about that. Is that what happens in
Well,
that sort of
philosophy,
thing?
it can go either way. It can be highly religious or spiritual, talking about one of the principles of spiritualism and rattling on about that, or inspiration that you've taken from the day, or if someone does a reading in some churches, the medium's then supposed to tune in to that reading and do philosophy off a reading which someone has done, like a poem or something like that.
Yeah,
So
right.
it can be
Yeah.
very involved. That's not a kid thing to
That's
do.
not for a child. I don't think
No,
that's for a child.
no, not at all. Um, and Kaz has said, like going for a shower, a lying in bed, eating crisps, yeah, or stuffing their face, or chatting with someone in the room. Show
Like,
respect at all times when you go on Zooms.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
so bad.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Paul, Luke, Gishard, hello to you, boys. Hope you are doing well. Even if it makes total sense, David. Thank you. I try. It might always make sense, but I try sometimes.
It's just common
Oh,
sense
Hale is
after
on.
time,
Is it
isn't it?
Hales B? Hello to you as well. Sorry, I missed your comment there.
Hello.
I'm enjoying this. I know we've come up to the hour point, but if anyone's got any more questions or comments, do let us know. Whilst we're here, my voice seems to keep going, which will please the other half. Let's see if
David, we should mention that we've got a our Christmas event coming up as
Oh,
well.
yes. So, people, let me see if I can put the link there as well. So, it's only 2 weeks away. So, on the 14th of December, Glenda, myself, and our fairy godfather, Bill Hughes, psychic medium, we will be doing a very special Christmas in the Spirit Lounge event. So, it's going to be on Zoom. It's on the 14th of December, which is 10:30 a.m. UK time, 8:30 p.m. Australia Eastern time. And bearing in mind that if you are somewhere like Sydney or Melbourne, you're an hour on top of that because where Glenda is doesn't have daylight saving time. And so do check your local area where you are to get your time difference correct. So tickets are available to purchase. We're going to put a cap on them so we haven't got loads and loads of people because we want it to be a nice evening or morning or whatever you want to, whatever time of day it is. So I'm going to put the link in the comments and hopefully it will come up in a moment. So we're doing psychic reading. Well, Glenda might do some psychic readings. There'll be mediumship. There will be time to ask all three of us questions as well. So get your tickets now. There are a few left available. It's 14th of December. So come and join us if you can. And Anne's looking forward to the event. We are as well.
Yes,
And
Bill Hughes will be in the
Bill
house.
Hughes will be in the house. Absolutely.
Our fairy godfather.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Kaz's
Kazza,
coming.
we were just talking
Kazza will
about
be there. Yeah.
Kazza, we were just talking about having you do the Zoom for us. So I'll chat to you about that later.
Yeah.
Kazza's in the house,
Kaz's in
and
the house.
and Annie T's coming as well. That should be so much fun. I'm actually going. We're on to Annie T's podcast next week.
Oh, are
I'm
you?
excited. Yes, I'm going to be
very
a
good.
guest.
Very
Yes,
good.
chatting with Annie T. Yes.
Do love a good podcast. Annie T.
Oh, Annie's, you're not well today, Annie.
In bed under the weather.
Send
Well,
you send you
lots of
some
love and
healing.
healing. Yeah. Get well,
Yeah,
Anne. And anyone else that's a bit sick at the moment. I know a few people are, but get well, Annie T.
yeah.
There's a fly around here. It's getting on my nerves.
There's a lot happening. I feel that this month, what day is it? Or I say the third. I feel like it's going so quick. It's just rolling.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's really
Before
strange
we
because I've
know
been
it.
away. Yeah, because I've been away for 2 weeks and I only came back Saturday and got home on Sunday, and it's already December. And knowing by this point, I've got my tree up and all decorations are done, but nothing. It just seems like Christmas has come out of nowhere. Nowhere this year.
It's going so quick. Before we know
Yeah.
it, it'll be, oh my gosh, 2026. Oh my
Mm.
God. This year, I've got to say, this year has been pretty shit for me. It's been really tough. And I know a lot of other people have had a tough year. But they say it's the year of endings and we're going to have new beginnings next year. And let's all put that positive vibe out for next year and leave whatever we don't want to take in to next year here in this year. Deal with it, sort it, bring it to the surface so that you move forward with a clean slate or clean plate, I'm going to say.
Yeah. I heard someone say the other day, is this year of endings, next year's new beginnings,
Yes.
which is quite relevant actually for me, because I'm going to be making some changes for
Mm.
next year for business side of things, and so
Me
hopefully
too.
just got to see
Yeah, I think we both are going to be
how things
making some
change.
changes.
I think they are
Oh,
they are needed.
and we're going to, yeah, and we're going to roll. What we're going to end this season and then start the new season next year for the podcast. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, so for those of you that I know do follow the podcast, we are going to finish the podcast, season
Mhm.
one anyway. We are going to, I think we're going to finish off with the demonstration. So for those that are joining in on the 14th of December, you know that it's going to be recorded and it will be put out as a an episode, which will go out for the 17th of December. And that'll be the last episode of season one. And then we have a little break because we both deserve it. We've been very, very busy, not just with the podcast, but other stuff we've got going on personally as well, for each of us. And so we're going to have a little bit of a break and then come back in 2026 with a new season of the Spirit Lounge. We'll have more guests on as well. Not that we've lined them up or anything, but we're as Glenn said, we're manifesting. We are. I'm not taking a piss, I promise. But we are manifesting new guests to come onto the podcast in 2026, with lots more chats about random topics and things like that. But also, we want questions, so we want people to message us with questions that you want us to answer, and we'll answer them on the podcast, because you might have a question which other people do have, but they've not had the opportunity to ask it. And if you ask that question, you're going to be getting an answer, not on just behalf of yourself, but other people also have that same question. So you want to do more listener question episodes as well. So still lots to talk about. And something always comes up. We always see something on TikTok or something that really annoys us, and we think, right, I've got to talk about that. We've
Oh
got to turn
yeah.
that into an episode. And I've seen quite a few things recently. I'm like, oh my God. So I've got to write down a
I
list of
know.
things that I see, think,
I
okay, we
know.
need to talk about that because we need to give our
Us
opinion on it.
Yes, Kaza, we will be bringing Susan on. It's just the timing because that we got to fit 3 time zones: the US or
Yeah.
is she Colorado or Canada? Is she in Canada? So there's that UK and Aussie. So one of us has to stay up till midnight. One has to get up at the crack of dawn, and the one's going to be midday. So we will get some people over that side of the pond on. It's just a matter of the timings with it. That's just so hard for us because there's 3 of us. So, but I'm definitely getting Susan on. I love Susan. Suzanne Bowler. Am I saying it right, Kaz? I'm always saying her name wrong. But yes, definitely getting her on next year, probably.
Yeah,
Now, because it's
absolutely.
just we come to the end now, so next year.
Yeah.
Manifesting, Lorraine, yes, manifesting. Who'd have thought David's manifesting? Denver, that's
Me,
right. She's from,
never. Oh, Denver, Colorado.
yeah, Colorado. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
David
strange.
needs to manifest so he can come over here and spend some time with me.
I am. I'm manifesting that Glenn's will pay the flight bill. That's what I'm manifesting. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it as we speak in my head.
I'm trying to get over there again because I want to get back over there and work with you guys. I want to go over and visit Annie T as well. I want to go and visit George the Medium. Like I want to work with us again, like do a group
The Arthur Findlay
gathering.
College.
Negative. Pass on that one.
You won't go there.
Been there,
Uh,
I've been there, done that one. I've got
yeah.
that. I've got the hat to prove it. Yeah. But
Kirsty's already excited for the 2026 podcasts.
I
So
know.
yeah, very good. We'll keep on
Got to get. We're
listening.
going to bring. Got to bring Kirsty back with me. You know, she's one of you guys. She's got the Scottish accent. I can't
Scottish.
even.
I can't do
Scottish.
accents. Scottish.
Yeah.
I can't do
Scottish
accents at all,
accent.
so
I
apologies for
need
offending anybody with that.
Kirsty to come back over with me.
More the merrier.
There's big beasties here in Australia. That's right. We have big beasties over here. Kazza doesn't like all our
And that's enough
cockroaches and
about
our spiders.
Glenda.
I love
I've
it.
lost the plot now. Right, people, any questions before we go? There's a fly here, which is really irritating me. It's like a fruit fly. Any questions before we go, people? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I know there's a slight lag on here as well. There's a slight delay on it by about 6 seconds, I think. So
are you demming this weekend, David?
Oh bugger, I am. Oh, I thought I had Sunday off. Oh, I haven't. I'm trying to wind down now. I just come back from holidays, but I'm trying to wind down for the year. But no, I have got a dem on Sunday at Windsor. So Windsor Spiritualist Church. I'll be there doing a Sunday service this week. And then apart from that, I've just got our Spirit Lounge dem on the 14th, and then the event at Burnham Hall, Village Hall on the 19th, and that's it. I am done.
But you've opened up some readings. You've got some readings?
I've got some very limited one-to-one spaces, which can just be booked through the website. You don't need to email me first. I just changed the system there a little bit. So not many left because we are coming to the end of the year, and I intend to take about a week off over Christmas. So because the other half isn't working either, and my place shuts. My other job also shuts early as well. So yeah, they're on the wind down for Christmas.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, look at this. It's 11:11 on my clock, so I think we'll finish it on 11:11. How about that?
And it's 9:11 here.
Wow. So, people, thank you very much for joining us live today. And if you are listening back, I hope you also enjoyed listening into what our conversation was today. But yes, that's it. So, if you don't see some of you before Christmas, have a lovely Christmas. Won't you look after yourselves?
Yeah.
But no, keep an eye on our page. Glenda's got her own Facebook page. I've got my own Facebook page. We've both got our own websites as well. So have a look at those if you're interested. But Glenda, it's been a pleasure as always to catch up.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I'm sure obviously we'll keep it in touch. But everybody else, look after yourselves. Thank you very much for joining today. And we'll speak to you all again very soon.
Thank you so much for joining us in the Spirit Lounge today. We hope you enjoyed the discussion.
Yes, and if there's a spiritual topic you'd like us to discuss, or if there's a spiritual question you'd like our input into, then please send those topics and questions to us at glenda-marie1@hotmail.com, and we will get to them as soon as possible.
Lastly, if you could like and share this podcast, as well as leaving us a comment or review about what you thought, then that would really help us out and we'd be very grateful.
We would indeed. But it's bye from me.
And it's bye from me.
Join us again soon in the Spirit Lounge.